Hello students, welcome to EPG Pathshala. I am Mahavir Singh from Physics Department, Himachal Pradesh University, Shimla. Today we are going to talk on module Superconductivity second under the solid state physics. So student, let us see, we are going to learn in this module about phenomena of flux penetration inside the superconductor in the form of equation gave by London theory. So London gave us two equations. One equation explained the perfect conductivity and the second equation explained the Meissner effect that is linked with the perfect diamagnetism. We will also learn about the fact that in superconductor the total current density is the combination of normal electron density and the superfluid density. We will also learn about two fluid model of a superconductor according to which some of the conduction electron behave like normal electrons and some like superconducting electrons. For the temperature less than transition temperature or critical temperature, all of the conduction electrons behave as superconducting electron and the proportion of superconducting electrons drop to zero level at the critical temperature. So London theory in 1935, two brothers F and H London proposed two fundamental equations to explain the electrical behavior of superconductor and magnetic behavior of superconductor. So for governing the microscopic electric and magnetic fields, perfectly describe the supercurrent phase relation. London first equation, that is electric field E equal to curly over curly T del Js, where H equal to minus C curl of del Js. So these equations describe the perfect conductivity but different from Ohm's law, because Ohm's law is linked with the simple conductor, but this London first equation describe the perfect conductivity in the case of superconductor. Also electric field accelerate the superconducting electrons, and here del is a phenomenological parameter, and 4 pi del square over C square equal to m over n as E square is a perfect conductivity, and here lambda is a penetration depth. London first equation describe perfect conductivity, but it is different from Ohm's law for a normal conductor, as an electric field accelerate the superconducting electrons here rather than simply sustaining their velocity against resistance. So if we combine the Maxwell equation, that is del cross H, where H was minus C curl of some constant Js, then if we take curl of H, which comes out to be 4 pi J by C, with the London second equation we arrive at del square H equal to H by lambda square, which suggests that exponential screening of magnetic field from the interior of the sample with penetration depth lambda, which is nothing but the Meissner effect. So basically this Meissner effect, which we discuss in previous module, it is well explained by London theory. So according to London, in superconductor total electron density is given by, that is
total electron density is equal to Ns plus Ne, where No is the total electron density, Ns is the superfluid density, and Ne is the normal electron density in superconductor. So basically this superconducting, if we see the graphical variation of the carrier density with this temperature, there is clearly variation of this Ns and Nn, whereas Ns clearly decreases with increase in this temperature, and this Nn, that is superconducting electron density, this normal current density and super electron current density, it initially increases up to critical temperature, then after that it remains constant. According to Newton's second law of motion, acceleration is equal to mass into acceleration is equal to force, which force is minus small e into capital E. Also superfluid current density is given by this Js equal to minus Ns EV Vs, where Vs is drift velocity. So using these equation 1 and 2, we get variation of this J with the drift velocity, and V, which is by using these we get these London first equation, according to which supercurrent is freely accelerated by applied voltage, or in bulk superconductor with no supercurrent or with the stationary supercurrent, there is absence of effective electric field or constant electrochemical potential. Again, if we modify this capital E equal to minus m over Ne square dj over dt, taking curl on both sides, we get curl E of m by Ne square d by dt curl of j. Using Maxwell equation, curl E equal to minus dB by dt, which is third Maxwell equation, we arrive at the dB by dt equal to m by Ne square d by dt curl of j, or d by dt, if we take this into whole bracket, it comes out to be 0. So this equation 13, above equation, we calculate the magnetic field for an ideal conductor. We can assume that variation rate is extremely slow. So here displacement current can be neglected.
So for field penetration for a thick slab of superconductor, del square B is equal to B over lambda L square, and if we solve this equation, this differential equation, we get the solution B equal to B naught E exponential minus x over lambda L. This lambda L is square root of m upon mu naught ns E square. Mu naught is the permeability of free space. So basically if we go through the figure, that this B naught is the field at the surface of superconductor, but after this in the outside of the superconductor, this field, this expulsion of magnetic field follow the exponentially decay, it decay exponentially, it not the abrupt expulsion of magnetic field as it was assumed, the complete expulsion of magnetic field from the inside the superconductor, but as for from the London first equation, it is clear that this the magnetic field expelled from the interior of the superconductor exponentially, and follow the equation where this penetration depth is this penetration depth tells us the decay of this this magnetic field from the inside of the superconductor.
Two fluid model. The basic assumption behind the two fluid model is that for a superconductor, total current density can be expressed as the sum of supercurrent density, current carried by Cooper pair, and the normal current density, the current carried by normal current. So basically J is equal to Js plus Jn, where Js is the supercurrent density and Jn is the normal current density. This implies that there exist two kinds of charge carrier which act independently. without interacting each other. Therefore, two-fluid model reduces the problem to separately obtaining the normal and superfluid conductivity, that is sigma n and sigma s respectively, where sigma Sn equal to sigma nse, that is J is equal to sigma E, normal Ohm's law, vector form of Ohm's law. One can determine the total conductivity of superconductor. The conductivity of quasi-particle can be easily understood using Drude model of conductivity, as we have discussed in earlier model. Let us start with the equation of motion of n quasi-particle carrying charge q and current J is equal to nqv. So, the equation of motion including scattering is given by this m dv by dt equal to qe minus mv by tau, where second term is due to quasi-particle scattering. For harmonic regime, J is equal to J as a function of t exponential iota omega t, and capital E is equal to E as a function of t iota omega t. Drude conductivity will be given by sigma n equal to nq square by m 1 over iota omega plus 1 by tau. The superfluid conductivity is directly given by London first equation, that is dJ by dt equal to minus ne square by m into capital E. Again, using the same harmonic regime, we get sigma n equal to minus iota nq square by m omega is equal to minus iota mu naught omega lambda square. So, where we use the definition of London penetration depth, we find the superfluid charge current density, where bulk order parameter ns equal to psi infinity square. Two fluid model is basically, this works on, we use here Drude conductivity, superfluid conductivity, and we have used this harmonic regime.
Now, flux quantization. A metallic ring placed in a magnetic field perpendicular to the plane of a ring. So, now this is condition that we have to place superconducting ring perpendicular to the plane magnetic field. So, this metal becomes superconducting and expel magnetic flux from it, and persistent currents start to flow at the surface of a ring after the removal of external field. And this continuous flow of persistent current take place, and the magnetic flux vortices are quantized. So, the magnetic flux which penetrate, it is quantized, where the flux is integral multiple of h by 2 e small e, and it is equal to n phi naught, where phi naught is a fluxoid whose value is 2.06 of 10 raised to power minus 15 Tesla meter square. And one important thing here, this flux which is penetrating, it is quantized, and this was the concept which at the later stage we can use for technological purposes, which is the base of SQUID. That SQUID is also based upon this flux quantization. So basically the flux which emerge due to the persistent current which continuously flow across the metallic superconducting ring after the removal of magnetic field.
Single particle tunneling. The energy gap in superconductor can be measured very precisely with the help of a single particle tunneling experiment involving normal electrons, no Cooper pairs. Tunneling refers to the process which is directly related to the laws of quantum physics, where classical physics denies the possibility of electron penetration through a potential barrier. Tunneling finds its important role in superconductivity. Let us consider two metals separated by an insulator or oxide layer as shown in figure 4. In general, insulator behave as a barrier for conduction electron flow between one metal to another metal, but if the barrier strength or thickness of the insulator is very low, approximately less than 20 angstrom, then there is finite probability that the electron can flow from one metal to other metal, which is nothing but termed as tunneling. This is also interesting phenomena between metal A and metal B, separated by a very fine thin layer of insulating nature. So both metals are normal or good conductor. Then at low voltage, the current, though low voltage current relationship, tunneling junction follow the ohmic behavior. Their variation is also, graphical variation is given in two metals AB for separated by insulator. Their current variation is ohmic, which is straight line between current and voltage. Whereas in metal superconductor separated by insulator, then if we see their current voltage variation, then it is non-ohmic. There is different behavior which is very well visualized in graphical variation. Jobson effects. In actual practice, insulator is placed between two normal conductors, then it behaves as a barrier for electric conduction. However, if the thickness of insulator is very low, then there exists probability of finding the electron across the barrier because of tunneling. Tunneling word refers to the quantum mechanical process which can occur if the thickness of insulator is quite less. Two types of Jobson effects are there, which are DC Jobson effect and AC Jobson effect. DC Jobson effect, let us consider two identical superconductor separated by a thin insulator as depicted in figure 6. Let psi1 electron pair, Cooper pair, probability amplitude on side 1, psi2 electron pair probability amplitude on side 2. The time dependence Schrodinger wave equation for psi1 psi2 is given by IH curly psi1 over curly t HT psi2, and this IH curly psi2 over curly t is equal to H capital T psi1, where T is the transfer interaction, which is measure of pressure of leakage of psi2 on side 1 and vice versa. Let us consider psi1 equal to this square root n1 exponentially e iota theta 1 and psi2 is equal to square root n2 exponential iota theta 2. Substitute these values, we get the and if we simplify, we get the real and imaginary part of the above equation, that is all the four equations. We get curly n over curly t equal to 2t square root n1 n2 sine delta, and curly n theta 1 by curly t is equal to minus t square root ratio n2 n1 cos delta. Similarly for curly n2 over curly t equal to minus 2t square root n1 n2 sine delta, and curly theta 2 curly t minus capital T n1 by n2 cos delta. If the two superconductors are exactly equal, then n1 is equal to n2 curly theta 1 by curly t is equal to curly theta 2 by curly t, and curly n1 by curly t is equal to curly n2 by curly t. Therefore, delta is equal to theta 2 minus theta 1 is constant. That is, current flow from side 1 to side 2 depends on the rate change current with rate of change of current with time. The current density may be written as J is equal to J naught sine delta, and this J naught sine theta 2 minus theta 1 sine theta 2 minus theta 1, and where J naught equal to minus 2t n1 n2. So it is clear that in absence of applied field or voltage, there exists a flow of electric current with the voltage between J naught to J plus. So this type of behavior is termed as Jobson effect. AC Jobson effect. We have already discussed DC Jobson effect. which is based upon quantum mechanical tunneling. Now we are going to discuss this AC Jobson effect. This effect occurs as we apply DC voltage across junction. So the corresponding Schrödinger wave equation for the following junction, that is junction superconductor 1 and superconductor 2 separated by insulating layer. So this Schrödinger equation can be written as iota h cross curly psi 1 by curly t equal to h cross capital T psi 2 minus EV psi 1 and iota h cross curly psi 2 by curly t equal to h cross t psi 1 plus EV psi 2. Again taking psi 1 equal to square root n1 exponential iota theta 1 and psi 2 equal to exponential n1 iota theta 2. So if we substitute the equation 32 and 33, we get half curly n over n1 over curly t plus iota n1 curly theta 1 by curly t equal to iota e v by h cross n1 minus iota t n1 n2 exponential a square root exponential iota delta and half curly n2 by curly t plus iota n2 curly theta 2 by curly t equal to minus iota e capital V by h cross n2 minus iota capital T n1 n2 square root exponential iota delta. Equating these real and imaginary part, if we compare this real and imaginary part, then curly n1 by curly t equal to 2 capital T square root n1 n2 sin delta and curly n2 by curly t equal to minus 2 capital T n1 n2 square root sin delta and also curly theta 1 over curly t equal to EV by h cross minus capital T square root n2 by n1 cos delta and curly theta 2 by curly t equal to minus EV by h minus capital T n1 by n2 square root cos delta. Since n1 is equal to n2, so then delta theta 2 minus theta 1 over curly t equal to minus 2 EV by h cross, or we can say delta is equal to delta naught minus 2 EVT over h cross, and the current can be written as J is equal to J naught sin delta, where delta is delta naught minus 2 EVT by h cross. Therefore, current oscillate with the frequency 2V by h cross, and corresponding effect is known as AC Jobson effect. Whereas in DC this behavior was in DC in nature, but here this is AC in nature because of this phase variation. Its systematic diagram is shown in figure, where superconductor and superconductor 1 and 2 separated by a very fine thin layer. There is oscillating type of current which flow with a frequency 2 EV by h cross. So basically these Jobson effect, whether it is DC, whether it is AC, it is also very important by taking into account the quantum mechanical tunneling behavior.
So student, let us now summarize. We have learned what we have learned in this module. London equation describe the two basic equations of superconductivity in the form of mathematical equations. First London equation is a proof of perfect electrical conductivity, that is, the supercurrent is freely accelerated by an applied field without any hindrance or without any resistance. Then second London equation tells us about the perfect diamagnetic behavior of superconductor. Also, it is a mathematical proof of Meissner effect. The total carrier density in a superconductor is the sum of normal electron density and the superconducting electrons as depicted by two fluid model of superconductor. In the case of metal insulator superconductor junction, there is finite probability that electron can tunnel through the insulator if thickness of the insulator is very less. In the case of Josephson junctions, and this junction is with the superconductor insulator superconductor junction, the DC critical current rely directly on the quantum phase difference of the superconducting wave function across two sides of the barrier. Also, in AC Josephson junction, the current oscillate periodically, and so both AC as well as DC Josephson is linked with the quantum tunneling of the current through the barrier. Thank you.